Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I haven't leaked it. I haven't leaked it. Right, everyone. Welcome to the last final match preview of the season. It's weird saying this. Again, I've said this so many times in these past days, but it's so weird that it's the last game week of the season. It has gone by so quick. And I know I've repeated this so much and you're probably tired of me repeating this, but it's the truth. It's gone by so quick. And the reality is that when we all have fun, time flies by, my friends. Last game of the season, away at Empoli. We don't have motivation. We don't even have a point of playing this game until we look at the low part of the table and we specifically look at the relegation battle. And then you look at this game and we have got the power, we have got the keys to control and have a massive outbalance of who goes in the Serie B and who we make get relegated or not. This is a massive game for Empoli. It's not that massive for us. Ironically, as Roma fans, the games that we should be watching this weekend, it's not even our own team. It should be tonight, Genoa-Bologna, tomorrow, Juventus at home against Monza, and probably the crucial game, Atalanta against Torino. Because if Atalanta fail to win, and Bologna win tonight, and Juventus win tomorrow, after 5 consecutive years, Roma would be back in the Champions League. So, yeah, the fate is not in our hands, as we've repeated many times. It all lays in Atalanta, Genoa, Bologna, Juventus, and Monza's hands. But yeah, let's go through this. Predicted 11, relegation battle, and just looking towards next season, programming next season. How are we feeling? Are we a bit sad? Let me know. How is everybody feeling? It's the last. It's the last one. But let me know. Also, I'm gonna take 2 seconds to say, now that this is the last match preview of the season, I just wanted to say thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for all the support on every single live stream, every single stadium vlog, every single watch along. From August to now. You know, unfortunately, this is not a full-time job. I'm going to put yet at the end of this sentence, even though, we're working towards it. That would be the ultimate dream. But unfortunately, this is not a current full-time job. And I'm currently in my last year of school. I need to balance the exams, school days, schoolwork, homework. And it just, sometimes, it's just really hard. And I don't even know how I do this, how I balance all of this content creation with all of the schoolwork, with my social life, with my family and everything. So, like, sometimes I'm proud of myself, but also I really need to thank everybody here, because if it wasn't for everybody here and all the likes, everybody who subscribed, everybody who leaves a comment at the end of each video, or even a little comment in the live chat, which sometimes I don't even read, but all of this really does help a lot. It helps all of this make possible. Season tickets, going to Budapest last season, buying tickets over tickets, watching and continuing flourishing this passion. So thank you very, very much. We will definitely not stop here. The season ends, but Roma Theory doesn't end. Summer window will go hard. And next season, we will be back going, maybe even in the Champions League. Who knows? So yeah, having said this, if everybody can hit the like right now, it would massively support me, my team who works behind the channel, and this community itself. We've built a community. We've got a strong community. Let's utilize it. Let's use this power. And I love you all. So if we can get 100 likes, it's the last match preview of the season. I know I'm sad, but you got to look at the positive things. So hit the like and subscribe if you haven't already. Where do we start? I mean, I think there's no point. In fact, you know what? Let me start by turning the AC on, because otherwise I'll be here melting my ass throughout this match preview. There we go. Where do we start? I think there's no point in speaking about us. I really do not think there's a point in speaking about us in this game. And I know it's ironic, I know it's contradicting because this is Roma Theory, this is the largest English speaking fan channel. But today, and this game is really not about us, which is very ironic. But we've got nothing to play for in this game. I think there's going to be a high turnover. A lot of second lines are going to play this game. A lot of players who probably have their last game as Roma players will have one last chance to show the world what they're worth. And I think this game is a game that, of course, we will watch. Of course, there'll be a live watch along. Of course, we'll be there to witness. But it's a game that win, draw, or loss changes absolutely nothing to the league. Changes absolutely nothing to the league table and nothing to the life of us Roma fans. So I think it's only fair to look at this game by speaking about the relegation battle, because what we need to understand here is that this game for Empoli is probably the biggest game Empoli have played since they were promoted into the Serie A. Because in these recent years, Empoli always managed to clinch safety prior to the last game week. And now they are here in a situation where 90 minutes can determine their next 10 years. And why do I say this? Because I think Empoli is one of those teams that if they get relegated in the Serie B, it's going to take a while for them to go back up. Look at Sampdoria. Sampdoria is an example to this. Teams which go down in the Serie B normally take a bit of time to go back up, because you need to get readapted and you need to reorientate yourself in back in a division which nobody cares about, unfortunately, which the institutions don't give a shit about, which the institutions don't pay enough. Stadiums are terrible, infrastructure is terrible, player salary is terrible. Nobody in Italy watches the Serie B unless your local team plays in it. I remember when I was younger, Sky Sports had Saturday football. They used to show every single Serie B game in kind of this, it was like this, it was this, not an episode, it was this program on Sky Sports, which on Saturday, where they showed every single Serie B game playing at the same time, and then they showed 2 minutes of that game, 2 minutes of that game, 2 minutes of that game. Since Sky Sports let this feature away, the Serie B has never been the same in terms of retention, in terms of how much we care about it. The Serie B has fallen hard, and it's one of the main reasons, it's one of the biggest problems of Italian football. If you are a Serie B team, you're left stranded and kind of, you need to survive yourself. Nobody will help you, nobody will support you, nobody will protect you. That is one of the biggest scars of Italian football, unfortunately. And I actually think Empoli is one of the is not a yo-yo team, in a sense that the Championship in the Premier League is not even comparable to the slightest details to the Serie B, because the Championship is one hell of a good tournament. Serie B and how it became, how it unfortunately badly transformed, it doesn't get you watching. It really doesn't get my attention, and this is a problem, because all of those local teams, Palermo, you'll remember Palermo in the Serie A. Now nobody can even name one player in that Palermo team unless you're a Palermo fan. The Serie B has fallen, unfortunately it's fallen very, very low. And going and getting relegated in modern day football in Italy means hell, because you have to go all through those finances and all through that hell again by yourself. And I don't think Empoli is ready to survive that. So I'd be here saying, let's help them. But at the same time, you look at the other two teams which need to save themselves from relegation, and they are two teams that are also very close friends. So I mentioned this last week, but we are going to be the bitches of the situation. And I hate to be this. We're going to be mocked online on Sunday evening. We're going to be trolled. We're going to be criticized because, yes, okay, this game means nothing to us, but what we do in this game can mean hell to one between Empoli, Udinese, and Frosinone. Now, the Roma Ultras, a section of the Roma Ultras, a section of the Curva Sud, this morning has displayed a banner in front of Trigoria, which basically translates to win for us and win for the Friulian friend. And that basically means win for us because we're Roma fans and we're going to follow you, and win for Udinese. So then you kind of, you're a Roma Ultras and you want Udinese to stay up. The Ultras are demanding Roma to win on Sunday because if they win, Udinese are mathematically safe. And if there's one thing that Roma fans do very well is that they don't forget about things and events easily. Udinese helped us in recent times with the Indica situation. Udinese and Roma Ultras have a good bond, have a good connection. Roma fans, the Curva Sud, the Roma Ultras want at all cost Udinese to stay up. And so they are putting pressure on our team to win Sunday's game, not only for us and our joy, because of course we'll celebrate if we win, a win is a win, but for Udinese. But then on the other hand, you also have Frosinone, who De Rossi surely doesn't want to get relegated, doesn't want to send down, because Di Francesco is their manager. And De Rossi and Di Francesco lived together, probably one of the best moments of Roma's history, that Barcelona comeback. So it really is a bad situation to decide. It is. Again, I don't care who goes down. Ultimately, I don't. I'd like to keep my promises up. I'd like to avoid Udinese go down just because, again, they helped us, and respect is important in football. But out of Udine, out of Frosinone and Empoli, my life doesn't depend on this. Like, whoever goes down goes down. I just wish them all the best. They're all three teams that I don't hate, I don't particularly dislike, for various different reasons. So whatever the god of football will decide, the god of football decides. But yeah, Empoli is going to play this game with every single droplet of sweat in their veins. And I'm going to say this now, it's not even surprising. It's not a massive claim. We're not winning this game. We aren't. Empoli have got a master of avoiding relegation manager sitting on that bench. Davide Nicola managed to keep safe Crotone. He managed to keep safe Salernitana. And this year, in my opinion, he's going to manage to keep safe Empoli. He is a master at this. He's a master at these massive last-minute games which can mean everything. He's a terrible manager. Look, and it's not a surprise that he gets, everywhere he goes, he gets sacked whenever he starts a season because he's not good at starting seasons. But then he gets sacked, and then towards the end of the season, when everybody needs a new manager, the first manager that they appoint is Nicola, because he's a master at these games. I think Udinese is going to beat us on Sunday. And you know what Davide Nicola uses to motivate his teams? Crotone. You remember Crotone? Crotone beat Juventus in the last game week of the season to manage to avoid relegation. Juventus. He is a master at these games. And what he uses to motivate the team, which is why I can't hate Empoli, because I'm going to tell you this story, and trust me, you will not hate Empoli. Davide Nicola has already said this in a press conference when he was the Crotone manager. He uses the same story to motivate the teams wherever he goes and manages to clinch safety. Davide Nicola I believe he has 2 or 3 children. And in 2014, his youngest child, who I believe was 4, 5, or 6 years old, had an accident when he was riding his bicycle in Piemonte, which is where Nicola is from. And basically a car ran him over. And Davide Nicola is a manager who unfortunately lost his child at a very young age. And that to a father, I don't know why I'm bringing this emotional side, but it's a true story. That to a father is devastating. Like it kind of ends your life, losing your child when he's 4 or 5 years old because of a car accident. And he has basically, to motivate his teams, he uses this concept that has encapsulated his life of, I've gone through hell, I've gone through the worst, but I am here working my ass off, pedaling, because life can bring these tempests. And this story, wherever he goes, costs him and avoids relegation. It's the power of football, my friends. So I truly think that Nicola is the mind that he's shaping of these players, the motivation that they're going to come towards this game on Sunday, it's just going to be unmatched. And I think Empoli is going to beat us, which means that if they beat us and Frosinone and Udinese, one of the two teams loses or wins, then I think Empoli clinch safety. I still need to study the possible outcomes, but Empoli need to win. Like, to kind of avoid relegation, Empoli need to win. If Empoli don't win, then they're in the Serie B. So just imagine, they're playing at home, fans. I just think Empoli is going to win this game. They'll want it more than us, and it's normal. It's normal for them to want it more than us. And I'm not going to be massively disappointed if we lose this game. Of course I want us to win. I'm a Roma fan. At the end of the day, I love giving footballs and values to football and to teams, managers, players, people who deserve it. But on top of everything, I'm a Roma fan. I want my team to win. I will celebrate this win. Even if we win on Sunday, I'll celebrate it, even if it's useless for us. And I want us to win. And then whatever the fate of relegation will be, it will be. But yeah, moving on. Predicted 11 for this game. It has a lot of second lines in it. This is my predicted 11. I'm gonna read some comments and then I'll go through it. I have some questions in the chat if you do have. Smalling got a mini team of the season. How can a player who played 2 matches get a team? Yeah, I saw. It is embarrassing. Also, how did Vlahovic win best striker in the league? How didn't Lautaro win it? How didn't Thuram win it? Even Lukaku deserves it more than Vlahovic. Osimhen deserves it more than Vlahovic. Yeah, I don't know why Vlahovic won that. Can you talk about the Italy call-ups? I agree with the list, apart from Fagioli. I think it's immoral and inhumane to call up a player who's been banned because he committed something illegal, and then all of a sudden he's back and he gets the call-up. I think it's disrespectful to other players who have worked their ass off this season to try and cultivate their dream of representing their nation in a major trophy, in a major tournament. So I disagree with Fagioli. The rest, I think, is good. Elsha's gone, Cristante's gone, Mancini's gone, Pellegrini's gone, so all of our Italian boys are going. Yeah, I just disagree with Fagioli. I think there are players which have worked their ass off way more than him and that should probably get more respect than him. Forza Roma sempre, 24-25 will be beautiful because we're AS Roma, says Matthew. Hi Simo, all of your content, keep doing what you're doing, keep grinding. Thank you very much, Diffuse Luai. Simo, I like what you do. You will get $5 for each team that you get right for their league ranking this season. I remember you said Inter will be first. I'm waiting for the video to come out. What do you mean $5? You will get $5 for each team that you get right for their league rankings this season. I remember you said, oh yeah, of course. I'll definitely be reacting to my Serie A predictions. That's a video that is going to come up next week. I'll be reacting to my initial Serie A predictions. Of course I will do that. And I did get Inter right because I did predict them to win the league. Hello Enricas, everything good? How about you? Nandez va in Arabia. Nandez va in Arabia, sì, purtroppo va in Arabia, mannaggia Nandez. Io l'avrei preso. Anche secondo me sarebbe stato molto utile, però che ce li fa? 10 milioni all'anno, quando mai? Quando mai li riprende? It's weird to say this, but the game that counts the most for Roma is Genoa Bologna tonight, and then the Juve one, and then the Atalanta Torino one. I think if there's if Atalanta lose points in one game, it's on Sunday against Torino. I think at home against Fiorentina they win it. It's either they lose points against Torino or we're not in the Champions League, unfortunately. Because I think in the last game against Fiorentina they'll win. Hello Vincent, thank you very much. How do you feel getting Champions League next season because Atalanta win versus Leverkusen? I talked about that in yesterday's live stream, so make sure to watch that. I'm watching Simo for a year now. Probably watched every video. You're a goat. There's a 99% chance we get Champions League now because the only time Leverkusen play shite is in the UEL final. You want to be like Mark Goldberg in the future, says Nitsan. I want to be Simo. I take inspiration from other channels, of course, but I want to be Simo. I want to build my own legacy. I'm afraid for tonight's game, I don't see Bologna getting the win. I don't see Bologna getting the win either, unfortunately. Roma is actually interested in Simo. Yeah, they're preparing a contract for me. I'll be unveiled as new Roma player around the 15th of July. So, yeah, make sure to keep your eyes open because next season, you'll see me in goal. I'm going to kick Svillar away. I'm joking. I can't even play as a goalkeeper. At this point, whatever happens. Serie B is so fun to watch though because it's so evenly matched. Yeah, it's fun, but nobody cares about it. And the way it developed makes nobody care about it. What would you do if we lose to Empoli and Lazio destroy us 9-0 and take our Champions League spot? Lazio can't overtake us because we beat them. Goal difference doesn't count in the Serie A. It's like head-to-head which counts. Nandez joined Saudi Arabia indeed. I'm pissed. I'm definitely pissed. Right, predicted 11. Ripetuso in goal. Back, start him. It's going to be his last game as a Roma player. I think we've thrown a lot of shit towards him, but ultimately he was the goalkeeper in that Conference League final. He was the goalkeeper in that Europa League final. We went through ups and downs with him. I think it's only fair to start him in this game to give him a proper farewell, whether you like him or not. Again, I don't care. He needs the exit that he deserves. He's been terrible lately, but he's been a part of this chapter for quite a long while. So I definitely think Rui Patricio is going to start this game. Angelini on the left and Celik on the right, Andika and Smalling in the middle. Huijsen could start this game. Llorente could start this game. Mancini won't start this game. One, because Mancini already wasn't 100% fit in these last games and he needs to go to the Euros. So De Rossi knows Spalletti and Spalletti will probably preserve a lot of the players which did get a call up to avoid last minute injuries. So Mancini's going to rest. Smalling also, it could be, in fact it will be his last Roma game. Again, he deserves the farewell he needs. He's been a bit of a weird character player in these last months, but he was a wall last season, and I think he deserves to start this game. And then Celik on the right, Pellegrini, Bove, Pisilli, an Italian midfield. Actually, thinking about this, Pellegrini might rest this game. Similar reasoning to Mancini. Pellegrini, I'm going to put him though, Bove and Pisilli. Marlenito says, why Pisilli? And I go, why not Pisilli? If we don't start some of these players in these games, when will we ever start them? That's my question to everybody here. We have discussed how we need to devote more attention to the youth setup. Well, if we don't start some of these youth players in these teams, when will we ever develop and grow them? In fact, there should be more youth players starting this game. Joao Costa should start this game. I don't think a lot of them will start, but a lot of them should start. Joao Costa can easily start this game. Baldanzi will start. He's playing against his past. he's from Empoli and he's an Empoli fan. He surely does not want to send Empoli down. So I don't see a massive game from Baldanzi. Dybala, in my opinion, is going to start, and Tammy up front is also going to start. That's my predicted 11. I think people say a war. The reason I'm not starting a war is because of a nightmare. Now, last season, we were supposed to sell Tammy. In fact, we sold Tammy for 40 million. And then we decided to start him in the last game week of the season, and he got injured. And we got effed. Let's not make the same mistake. A war should be sold in this summer window. A war is fresh. A war could probably get you 15 million in the banks, 10 million, 50 million, which is not a lot, but it's good amounts of money. Let's say you start him and then he gets injured. What happens? I think we need to learn from these mistakes. Again, the chances of him getting injured are low, but if he's out of our project and he's on the transfer list, then we shouldn't risk, because we need to sell them. We need to clear out from these players, unfortunately. And I'm sorry, because I gave time to Aouar, and you guys know this. I've been giving time to Aouar since August, but he's never turned up, and we should sell him this summer. Tammy up front, to get that momentum back. Maybe it could be his last game as a Roma player. You never know. Maybe it might also be a last game for Dybala. You never know. That's my predicted 11. I'm going to catch you tomorrow with more Roma news, obviously. Rui starting. Congrats on staying up. Empoli. Yeah, but I think Rui Patricio needs to start this game. I think he does. He needs to. Look, he's been terrible lately, but we need to also respect what he did. He won a trophy with us. He deserves a proper farewell. Like, if there's one player who deserves a proper farewell out of Korsdorp, Aouar, and everybody who's going to be on that clear-out list, it's Rui Patricio. Also, when we shifted into second goalkeeper, he never complained. He only supported Zvilor. He's got a good heart, and I think we should, as a whole, start Rui Patricio in this game, give him the proper farewell. He was a part of this story, and yeah, good luck to him. Start Renato Sanchez as him. Renato Sanchez might start this game, but I think he's injured, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would have started Renato Sanchez. Start Azmoun, not Tammy. 0 teams interested in Aouar. Korsdorp. You'll find somebody interested in Aouar. Korsdorp, I agree, but you'll definitely find somebody interested in Aouar. Right, I'm going to catch you tomorrow. If you haven't already, do hit the like. Last match preview of the season. If you want all of this to continue next season, please do hit the like. 100 likes would be amazing. Also subscribe. I'm going to catch you tomorrow with more transfer news, and on Sunday with the last live watch along of the season. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. These summer weekends are starting. I can't wait. And I think, well, unless you're from Australia, South Africa, Argentina, where it's winter, then summer is coming, my friends. So let's make the most from this. I'll talk to you soon. Have a good Friday evening. Don't drink too much. And talk to you soon. Bye bye. Love you all. Simo out.